What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives, a mess. Just a big old mess. I somewhat agreed with Sarah today when she told Philip, like when she was yelling at Philip that Brady getting shot was his fault. I partially agreed with that because Philip got into this mess, but I also blame Xander and Sarah for this because they were the ones snooping around. That when they found out Philip was working for the Vitale family, like they found out he was gambling, he lost everything. When they found that out, they should have helped him. But no, Xander chose to shut down the damn companies, the little front companies that was funneling the money. He chose to shut that down. And he didn't raise a hand to try to help Philip. So, in my opinion, it's all their fault. It's Philip's fault and it's their fault too that this has happened. Because once they found out he was in bed with the mob by force, not by choice, then they should have done something to actually help him because this hurts them too. You know what I mean? Because Sarah's a part of the Kyriakis family. You know, obviously Maggie, Victor being married, she's a part of that family. So if you're dealing with the mob, this can come back on the entire family, not just Philip. So her yelling at Philip, she need to turn around and yell at Xander and yell at her damn self. Because it's all y'all stupid ass fault. It ain't just, don't blame all of this on just Philip. Yeah, he got himself into this mess, but y'all entered this mess when y'all tried to get dirt on him and y'all should have helped him. So it's on you too. Um, when Philip went to go see Ava, and Ava was sitting there talking about, oh, she ain't had nothing to do with that. Your family clearly had something to do with it, and she need to call her family and call off the dogs. Like, figure out a way to shut this down. Don't sit there and say what you didn't have nothing to do with. You might not have personally had, picked up the phone and say, yeah, kill Philip or whatever. But your family is obviously involved, and she needs to make a phone call and fix it. Do something before there's some more bloodshed, because they're not going to stop until it's Philip who's dead. So they need to figure this out. And Sarah was kind of annoying me again today because when she saw Nicole, she was sitting there trying to warn Nicole to be careful, because Ava's a mob boss or whatever, because she's a part of the Vitale family and somebody could get hurt. And Nicole was like, who can get hurt? Like, she was trying to figure out, like, what is she talking about? And, like, Sarah didn't want to go into detail about it. But my thing is, if you don't want to go into detail about something, why bring it up in the first place? Sarah needs to really learn how to keep her mouth shut, honestly. Like, if you don't want to, say something, then shut your lips. Like, Sarah need to learn how to be quiet, sitting there talking about, oh, people can get hurt. Nicole was like, okay, what people? But of course, Sarah don't want to say nothing. I'm like, if you don't want to say nothing, then why bring that shit up? Like, I'm just saying, don't bring up something if you ain't gonna talk about it. Ava better be damn happy that the only real good friend that she got in that town is Nicole. She better be happy about that, because at least Nicole is a friend that's actually coming to visit her besides Trip, to genuinely check up on her and see if she's okay, and to help her get some information, because Ava has no idea what the hell is going on with Trip or with Charlie. She has no idea what's really like going on. Like, all she knows that he made bail. She doesn't know how that's going so far. So she pretty much asked Nicole to help her out and go to the station and find out what she can. So of course, Nicole finds out that Rafe is home, and she was shocked to learn that it was his birthday because she completely forgot it was Rafe's birthday. And Gabby had came over there to fix him some pancakes or whatever for his birthday and whatnot. Like some no, not pancakes. I'm sorry, like some birthday cupcakes or whatever. Um, and they were talking and stuff. And I agree with Gabby. I feel like Rafe do need to find himself a new woman, a new Miss Right. Um, we already know where that's leading though. Hint, hint. And of course, Gabby's still thinking about Jake, but we'll get on that in a minute. But I do agree, Rafe do need a new lady love in his life, and we all know where that's going with him and Nicole. Because when Nicole went over there and they started hugging and stuff like that, she was wondering what his birthday plans was. And Rafe pretty much was like, I ain't got no plans today. I always feel bad for people, even though it's a TV show, but I feel bad for people in real life too. Like when they say they don't got birthday plans. I always feel bad because birthdays to me are so big. It's like that's the day you were born. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an important day. And I always feel bad when people don't have plans. It's like, damn. I don't like for me, I remember one year, I think it was 2017. I had plans for my birthday, when my birthday came, but it was just pretty much me by myself on my birthday because I remember exactly what I did that night too. I went to the movies. That's what I did on my birthday. I went to the movies because I went to go see Power Rangers. That's when this was 2017. It was the same night Power Rangers came out. That was my birthday. And I looked at the date a few days prior and I was like, oh shit, Power Rangers comes out on my birthday. So I pre ordered the tickets, the movie ticket. Well, I can't say tickets, I mean ticket. I pre-ordered it and I went and I had me a ball, and that was my birthday and I enjoyed the shit out of it. You know what I mean? I was just there by myself, munching on my popcorn, eating my watching my childhood favorite movie. Cause Power Rangers, I grew up on that shit, so I was enjoying myself. I had a good old time. Um, so yeah, it was nice of Nicole, to offer to take Rafe somewhere, to enjoy his birthday. I thought that was pretty dope. But we all know where it's heading. The two of them are going to end up together because obviously Nicole is going to get sick and tired of being by herself at this point. Like, because Eric, there's no telling when he's coming back to town, if he's coming back. There's no telling. Every time he's supposed to come back, he doesn't show up. So Nicole's going to get sick of that at some point, and it's clear that she's lonely. So her and Rafe are definitely going to end up hooking up. And she's more than likely she's going to file for divorce. Like, the writing is pretty much on the wall at this point. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, when Jake and Kate were laid up in that bed and she was laying up next to him, she looked like his mama laying there. I'm just saying. She looked like his mama. And Jake's, he's sitting there asleep thinking about Gabby, about the kiss and all that stuff, and he just wakes up and she was like, oh, you had a bad dream or whatever. And he was like, yeah, nothing important. And he keeps having to reassure Kate that he's not thinking about Gabby because Kate is not no fool. She know Gabby wants Jake, and she's not all that convinced that he doesn't have some type of feelings for Gabby. But of course, Jake has to continue to reassure her by dusting the cobwebs out that coochie. So he got to that's how he reassures her. Ill, but that I guess. But she just looked like his mother laying there. I'm like, ugh. Oof. It's like sleeping with your mom. But you know what? I do agree with somebody, and they told me, you should not underestimate Jake as a CEO. And I do agree. I shouldn't. I shouldn't underestimate him because he's a mechanic or whatever. Not everybody's born knowing business. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you could pretty much easily learn because learning business is really not all that damn difficult. Learning how to be a business person and stuff, knowing what investments and stocks to buy. All you gotta do is follow it. You know what I mean? Just follow the money. That's what you gotta do. Like the stock market, follow the trend. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. Just study basically, and you'll learn. You'll get it. So maybe he will, impress me as CEO. He's apparently impressing Kate so far as the CEO. She's loving his new plans or whatever. Um, his new business plan. So of course Gabby pops up with her business proposal for Gabby Chic. And Kate was pretty much like, okay, take your business proposal and get the going. But Jake of course wanted to see it. He wanted to know all about it, and he pretty much told Gabby, if the numbers ain't right, I'm not investing in this. Um, so before Kate left, of course, she got to be childish and petty and give Jake a little kiss right in front of Gabby, try to put on a little show. I'm like, hey, you is too old to be competing with these young girls like this. Like, you should not at this particular age, she should not have to compete for no man. I'm just saying, like, you are 70 years old. You look good for 70, don't get me wrong, but you should not have to compete at this age. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, let's be real. At this stage in the game, you out here competing with these little young girls. Come on now, Kate, you can do better. I'm just saying. Um, So of course, once Kate leaves, Gabby starts flirting with her, and I mean her starts flirting with Jake and stuff like that, and talking shit about Kate. And Jake was just trying to shut that down. He was like, "All right, you can leave." He was like, "You can go now. We ain't got nothing else to talk about." Um, so of course she taunts him and stuff like that. Gabby is coming on way too strong, like because she know Jake. She know that Jake is still feeling her, and Jake definitely is, and that's why he keeps ordering her out because he's trying to fight that temptation. Because he knows that if he doesn't show some type of backbone and get strong with her, he's gonna backslide and he gonna end up, slipping her to Shillelagh. Like he already knows it, so he got to shut that down. He got to shut it down immediately. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, I bet you Tony wishes, and I know he regrets visiting Kristen today. Um, because when he showed up to the jail, Kristen all agitated and stuff, telling him, "Oh, Brady was shot, yada yada yada." So he was like, "Okay, I'll leave and I'll go get some answers about Brady for you." Kristen crazy ass talking about, "No, I'm gonna go with you." Tony was like, yeah, you can't just walk out of prison whenever you feel like it." Like, where the hell you think you at? The Four Seasons or something? You can't just walk out of prison and go to some hospital as you will. You can't do as you see fit in a prison. So the guard came in there and she snatched the guard's gun and held Tony at gunpoint because she wanted him to be her driver. I'm like, Kristen, you are adding more years to your sentence right now by what you just did. Like, just nuts. So Chloe up in Brady's room, they done got him stabilized or whatever. And she's sitting there crying, talking about, "Oh, this is all my fault." Chloe, stop blaming yourself. This is not your fault. You had nothing to do with this at all. So of course, Kristen brings her crazy ass up in here talking about some oh really? She talking about, what did you do to him? Kristen, go sit your batshit crazy ass down. This is why I'm pissed that Brady and Chloe did that kiss, because everybody know how crazy Kristen is. And I knew once she saw that she was gonna go off the damn deep end and start acting loony. And that's not far fetch for her to do, because Kristen is just downright fucking nuts. So any little thing that you do will set that crazy witch off. And I'm like, she just got up into the hospital and nobody noticed, security, nobody. Y'all don't know who that is. Y'all know that that's Kristen Demira, who's supposed to be in prison. Like, the chick is nuts. But anyway, this is a pretty good episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I will see y'all all later. Peace.